Welcome to Best of America by Horseback. Each week we'll take you to some of the most beautiful places in America to see and visit. On this episode, we're going to take you to Arizona, to the White Stallion Ranch, one of the most beautiful settings in the West. 22 movies were filmed here with the likes of Jimmy Stewart, Lone Ranger, and the setting for High Chaparral. Sit back and relax. Enjoy Best of America by Horseback right here on RFD-TV. I'm Tom C. We'll be right back.
Part of this show is brought to you by Tucker Trail Saddles, the world's finest trail saddles and equipment company. By Mill Creek Manure Spreaders, clean stalls in half the time with half the work. By CSI Saddle Pads, designed for your horse's comfort and performance in mind. The difference is amazing. And by Spurs Big Fix, wound, skin, and hoof. The more you use it, the more you'll love it. The Dude Ranchers Association is celebrating 90 years promoting all-inclusive quality Western adventure vacations. With over 100 ranches west of the Mississippi offering activities like horseback riding, skeet shooting, whitewater rafting, fly fishing, and great children's programs, you are sure to find the perfect location for family reunions, girlfriend getaways, or that vacation of a lifetime. Dude Ranch Association ranches adhere to the highest industry standards. We are all about quality. On this episode, Tom is visiting the White Stallion Guest Ranch in Tucson, Arizona. This family-owned and operated 3,000-acre ranch has been the backdrop for many well-known movies and television series. Guests can experience the true Western ranch lifestyle while being provided with the service and amenities of a top resort.
I think this is the only place I've visited in all the years I've been doing this where you get off the interstate and just a very few minutes later you're in the middle of the wilderness in the backcountry. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, that's probably what makes us stand out over probably almost any other dude ranch in America. You know, my parents, when they came 46 years ago, they saw that even though this was the most away from town, the most remote of the ranches that were for sale in 1965, they also realized that Tucson was going to grow a lot, which it did. Went from about 150,000 to about 1 million. And they realized that they better get out a little ways to where they could get enough land and protect the ranch. And of course, Tucson moved, we didn't, but they're getting awful close. But we've got those mountains that provide that buffer.
When someone starts to ride, and of course you recounted your first ride, someone who's watching this, they're thinking about coming out here and they've never ridden before, whether they're 5, 50, or 75, you can take care of them. What is it that they can expect to find in that horse that makes that bond, that makes that special, this was a great, great deal?
What I look for in the horse is consistency. And I need that horse to be the same Monday through Sunday. You know, and whether he's a charging, going horse that, you know, you can drive with one finger, or the horse that needs a little pushing because you're a beginner and you know, inadvertent signals and the whole thing. I need that horse I need to depend on what that horse is every day. I think what makes the bond is that I put that right person and that right horse together. I assign every horse. When we take that horse that is appropriate for a beginner, and maybe they've never ridden before, maybe they had a bad experience off before, and you know, we hear that story so many times it's just startling. You know, we went to Uncle Joe's and the horse bucked me off, or the horse ran me off under a tree, or this or that happened. You know, I mean, Uncle Joe doesn't necessarily know how to get a beginner up and safe and comfortable, and we do. I mean, we do, and we should. And so we get them on that right horse, and they don't know the code, they don't know how to make him stop, they don't know how to make him turn, and the horse kind of just guides him through it. And when they discover that they can manage that horse, and it all starts to come together. The bond is there. And when you take an experienced rider and they come into a dude ranch and they think they're just going to be riding some dud of a horse, and this horse goes out and tears after cattle because maybe he is a roping horse or he's a cow horse or whatever he is, and they are just stunned, and they get out there and they want to groom them after they ride them, and they just, I mean, I see it's not an unusual occurrence to see the guests crying when they're leaving their horse. And they're not crying when they leave me, but they're crying when they leave their horse, I'll guarantee you. And they'll send them cards and they'll send them carrots, and I mean, they run down and give them treats, and I mean, it really is a bond. And I think it's because they're spending a lot of hours during the day on that horse. The horse is making sure that that experience is special. It usually exceeds their expectations.
Whose idea was it to come to the American West?
Oh, both
idea.
And what were you looking to do when you came here?
Oh, we are only looking for a ride, for a nice ride through the desert and through the mountains.
Now, had you ridden horses before?
Yes, we have
own horses.
own horses.
And do you ride Western or English?
We ride
Western style.
How is it different here?
Oh, it's
Very different.
Tell me how it's different.
So in America, you can learn it in one day. It's such forward, backward,
And
faster, slower. And in Germany,
it's the other way. You learn it the other way. And here the horses are very well trained in the neck rein. You only use your reins here in America, but in Germany you use the legs too and your weight.
You're riding over Lookout Mountain. What are you thinking?
oh, that's great.
It's great, and that's amazing what the horses do. They step over the stones, and there's so small trails, but they are so well trained. You must do nothing, only let them go, and they do their job. And it's great to be on the top of the mountain and have the nice view of the desert. Yeah.
We have been very excited about it. We just started taking horseback riding lessons about 6 months ago, and we're really excited about coming on this trip, and we've had a great time.
I can say that I am too. I'm glad that our Lauren, our littlest or our oldest child, she was involved in horseback riding lessons, and then my wife got involved, and I've kind of been excited ever since too. I'm really excited about horseback riding, and we've had a wonderful time.
Since you've been here, is there a highlight of your riding experience as far as the long trails, short trail? You did a fast ride today. What's your highlight?
The mountain rides. I think that we enjoy going up into the mountains, getting a chance to see something. One, we're from Georgia, so in the middle of Georgia, so we don't really get to see the mountains the same way in the desert. And being able to ride a horse in terrain that you're unfamiliar with, to me, that was the highlight of our trip, and I really enjoyed that.
If there was one place, James, that you have ridden on this week, is there one that's just sort of that snapshot in your mind that's going to stay with you?
Well, other than the mountain rides, today on the long ride, when we went out and saw the hieroglyphics on the walls, and you saw the history that goes beyond even the Indian tribes that are here right now, the lost tribes that are gone way before that. I mean, it shows you the history of this whole place, and it was exciting to be able to go past those areas and snap pictures of the hieroglyphics that are on the walls of that canyon. And to me, I think that's something that'll stay with me.
It is said.
Before it was illegal to pick your kid up by the arm, he'd pick me up and stick me in the saddle with him.
Another thing that comes when you buy property from Atlantic, that means you get free lifetime riding at East Fork Stable.
The people that live here in this area are great. I mean, talk about people who just pitch in and give you a hand with stuff.
So you have access to 400 miles of trails in the northern part of this county.
If you dream it.
Well, you'll have 4, similar to Ohio, but just a lot milder. This just felt more like home to us.
It can be.
And let's ride.
You got it, huh?
You know, a lot of people want to go for a vacation, and of course we're in the horse world, generally as a rule, some of the family loves horses and some of the family is okay with it, but they're not necessarily wanting to ride that much. Tell me some of the amenities here. If someone doesn't want to ride, but yet they want to experience the ranch life and watch team penning and see all the beauty here. So what are the amenities?
You're exactly right. I mean, you know, particularly coming into the experience, a lot of the families have a varied level of interest. And so the fact that we're pretty close to golf is interesting to some. Most don't end up going, but we have a pool, we have an indoor hot tub, we have a game room with all the games, you know, pool, ping pong, foosball, all the stuff. We have a movie theater, we have a sauna, we have massage, in-house massage therapists, massage rooms, petting zoo, sport court with full court basketball. I mean, really a nice basketball court, a really nice tennis court. You can hear the team penning in the background. Yeah, they're having fun. There's a bunch of them. Somebody must have gotten a good time. So we've got a hiking program, we've got mountain bikes, we've got evening entertainment. We have things that people can get near the horses, but not necessarily if they can't physically or don't want to ride them. They can go on a hay wagon, they can watch our weekly rodeo, they can get vanned out to the breakfast ride so they can have that meal outside without riding a horse. But I will tell you that a lot of what we have, we have it because we need it, to get people to want to come here. Because some people need that reassurance of the idea that, okay, Dad doesn't really like to ride, so we're going to entertain him with this other stuff. But at the end of the day, we're going to get most of them riding because we'll keep those experienced riders happy with these good horses and these fun activities like fast riding and team penning and all-day rides. But you know, the beginners can go out on the right horse, on the right trail, and get the really good introductory, positive, safe, you know, they feel safe.
This morning we had another magical moment. Carol Bachman, the head wrangler, worked with our son, and for the first time in his 10.5 years, he got on a horse today. And there's been years of fearfulness, and I won't do it, I'm not gonna do it, and everything else. So, I mean...
Now she's got a friend for life.
You know, I actually educate wranglers around the country. I just got back from doing it. And, you know, I tell them it's all about the horse and the system. And you have to have the right horse for the right person. And people say, well, I want your best horse. Well, the best horse for you is not the best horse for that person. And, you know, the beginner needs this horse and the experienced rider wants that horse. And we really pride ourselves in having the right horses and then having the experience to put them together with the right people.
A place like this is not a pretend dude ranch. They really do the outdoor, the true life, whether it's team penning and of course the fun of the hay rides and all that, but this is the real deal. Either one of you want to talk about that?
It's fascinating to watch. It's fascinating to talk to the staff here, to talk to the wranglers, to see the work they do. You know, you watch the feed truck come in for this huge herd of horses. I mean, 150. Plus they've got, you know, all the cattle here, and they're working hard. They're, you know, you see these women who are lifting 50 and 100-pound sacks of feed and loading it into the feed lot. You watch them coming out here and working the ranch. I mean, these people work hard and they're still extremely hospitable.
The ranch offers a wide variety of rides. Their breakfast ride, their wine and cheese ride, where everything is carefully carried on the pack animal. They have all-day and half-day rides, fast rides, as well as a very popular ride up to Movie Pass, where so many popular movies were filmed.
We've had 24 movies shot here at the ranch. And the most famous movie that was shot here is the Western classic Winchester 73 with Jimmy Stewart. It was shot up in a spot called Movie Pass. Gene Autry's been here, Robert Wagner, James Garner, George Clooney shot 11 scenes for a movie called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Kind of had an interesting history that way. High Chaparral, the TV show, was shot here for 4 years.
What's your one favorite event or activity that goes on here?
The rodeo. The rodeo has a special place for us. They do a wonderful job. You really see, what these people can do. Michael True, who was a professional rodeo man, and some of the others that they bring in.
The food here is not too bad. Let's talk about that for a minute, because a lot of us, as you may know or may notice, love food, and so it's not exactly baked beans and hardtack.
Well, our food is varied. I mean, it's not just ranch food. I mean, we do all the things you just can't go to a ranch and not get. Those big grilled steaks and those ribs and chicken and those breakfast fried pancakes and that egg breakfast cooked out on those cast iron skillets. I mean, we do all that, and I think we meet all those ranch expectations. But we have Mexican food, we have Italian food, we have a really varied menu. We accommodate people who have serious food allergies or just plain don't want to eat red meat, or they want this or don't want that.
The steaks are very good here.
And I like the Mexican food, the tortillas and the vegetables.
And we love the cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The sweet things are very nice.
Well, the food definitely far exceeded my expectations. I really thought the food would be very average at a ranch. Really didn't have very high expectations, but it has been great. We had a variety of foods. I really think they have outdone themselves, and you couldn't find any better food at any restaurant.
Is there anything that you haven't done you want to do while you're here?
We have everything done.
Maybe we think about line dancing?
Yes.
Shot a tequila, beer on tap, sweet southern woman sit on my lap. G with an O, O with a D, T with an I, and a M and a E, and a good time.
Woo!
Good time. I've been working all week and I'm tired and I don't want to sleep. I want to have fun, time for a good time. Oh, turn it up now. Woo!
Stop wasting hay. Save 30 to 40% of hay wasted in traditional ring feeders with hay feeders manufactured by Clinty Pipe Structures. Built with 10-gauge galvanized steel tubing, these durable feeders weighing over 1,000 pounds are the best built and longest lasting feeders on the market today. Free choice hay is the best feeding option for your horse. To limit hay, simply latch the grills upright. They can be crated and shipped all across the U.S. They also carry a long line of portable run-in shelters in other buildings. Clinty Pipe Structures, family owned and operated since 1949.
We know who made that hitch. We know who cut the steel, who milled the ball, and who welded the seams. We know who tested, measured, and checked. We even know who thought the whole thing up. We're B&W, and we know your hitch. Because we don't make them halfway around the world. We make them all right here. B&W. Trusted.
A lot of people worry about where they're going to stay, and pretty nice places here. You've got something that'll satisfy anyone.
We think so. I mean, we've got kind of a broad range. If you're a single person or a younger couple trying to save money, we've got some smaller rooms, queen bed, full bath, shower, patio, the whole thing, but it's not a big room. And then we go all the way up to the deluxe suites with the whirlpool tub and the fireplaces and lots of room. And our most typical room, which we call a deluxe double, and it has either a king or two twins, fireplace or a whirlpool tub, 500 square feet, private patio. We've got amenities in the rooms like, the hair dryers and robes, and, they're nice rooms. And, we've found that people increasingly demand a little nicer accommodation, and we beat them up all day on those horses, so they want a really good bed, and it's one of the most complimented things we have now is the comfort and the amenities in the rooms.
A location like this In this modern day and time, you know, sometimes when you travel you worry about the safety of your children, but on a location like this and the staff that's here, you don't worry about the kids, you don't worry about the family, everybody's secure.
That's absolutely what I call the White Stallion magic for our family, because we come here and we let our kids age 10 and 13, they have the run of the place the entire day. The family rule is we need to eat dinner together. So they have an opportunity to walk around, do what they want to do, when they want to do it. Then they can meet other people. You know, as parents in this 21st century, you always want your children to be exposed to different cultures and diversity. I've had more diversity this 4 days here at the White Stallion Ranch than I have often opportunities back home.
The White Stallion Guest Ranch can accommodate individuals, families, clubs and organizations, as well as corporate groups. The level of service that the True family and their staff provides is first class. The owners are a hands-on, integral part of the daily routine at the ranch, and they work hard to ensure everyone's stay is far beyond their expectations. For more information on visiting the White Stallion Ranch in Tucson, Arizona, you can call 888-977-2624 or log on to whitestallion.com.
Thank you for watching this episode of Best of America by Horseback right here on RFD-TV. Join me again next week as we travel across this great country of ours to see many more beautiful places and to see the very best of America.